Hi, I'm David Stoecker, and I want to welcome you to the Better Life in Recovery #Hope Dealer Movement podcast. As a visible and vocal member of the recovery community since 2009, I'm frequently asked questions and for advice from people all the time. Some are curious, some are still using, some are in recovery, and some people just care about somebody who's currently struggling with a hurt habit or hang-up. If people in my community have those questions, I guarantee that people everywhere are looking for answers as well. We started this podcast to give you answers and support, because not only is recovery real, it is amazing. Hope you enjoy the show. So today I have Josh with me.
Yeah.
Josh, a quick intro.
My name is Josh Lien, and I am the Peer Engagement Coordinator here at Better Life in Recovery at Springfield Recovery Community Center. I'm also the Well Aurora Campus Minister, and I am professional. Not really professional anything. I'm just here.
Okay. And your girlfriend broke her ankle last night.
She did. I was going to say professional bike rider because she broke her ankle riding her bike last night.
Not motorcycle, bicycle.
She did. And I don't know if she listens to these podcasts, but I'm assuming she does. And when she hears this...
Well, we hope you get to feeling better, bro.
Yeah.
I know it sucks, especially in the middle of all this.
Yeah,
You know.
I know.
Hopefully this will be over by the time after surgery. Because
Yeah.
I guess you said she broke her ankle in...
Like 3 places, and then I got a text from her a minute ago saying that she has a doctor's appointment on Friday to get it casted up. So it sounds like maybe she doesn't have to go under the knife, which is a positive thing.
That is good.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about something. I posted something on Facebook, and I kind of want to cover it, maybe even point by point, you think?
Yeah, I got it. I'm ready.
Josh got it in front of him, I got it in front of me. So basically, I know that there is a lot of confusion.
Mm-hmm.
And that there are a lot of people saying all kinds of different things about the coronavirus, COVID-19, whatever you want to call it. Including that it stands for like Chinese something.
Where did I
like
see
where
that?
COVID actually stands for something and it's the 19th disease to come. That is not at all what it stands for. The problem, I think, we'll get into in this is, but honestly, everybody's an expert.
Yeah.
And I will tell you right now, me and Josh are going to cover this as complete laymen.
Yeah.
I am an expert at very few things. My recovery,
right.
I'm an expert on.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm pretty good at being a recovery coach.
Yep, I agree.
And I'm really good at alienating people and losing friends. I mean, those are kind
Good.
of, that's my core,
Right.
my foundation.
Yes,
right
and
there.
you know, my nickname is truly Google Master because I am so good with Google. That is my expertise.
And the problem, though, is even on Google, if I Google something, it may or may not be true.
It's on the internet. It has to be true.
Have you ever seen that Abraham Lincoln quote?
That he created the internet? Or?
No, not everything you read on the internet
is
is
true.
It's probably my favorite Abraham Lincoln quote.
It is, right?
And I know it's true because I saw it on the internet.
Exactly. 4 and www. years ago.
So for starters, I've heard this comparison between shelter-in-place quarantine and jail or prison.
Yeah.
And every time I hear somebody say that, it lets me know one thing off top.
Right.
That person has never been to jail or prison.
Yeah, they've never had to double up mattresses in a prison cell. They don't know that.
I don't know about you. Have you been to... You've been to jail. You haven't been to
I've been
prison,
to
have you?
jail, and I got to spend a little time in Tent City. You know, the classic spot out there in Arizona. Oh, it was so good.
Oh my gosh, I've heard such horrible things.
Oh, it was awesome having the bedtime stories read to us at the end of the night by Sheriff Joe Arpaio on the big screen and your pink underwear and pink jumpsuit and
He read you nighttime stories?
just a demeanor. Yeah, it was rough, man.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Probably
Hot.
little frilly stories.
Yes. Yeah, hot and just.
Well, I mean, there's people that died from dehydration in Tent City.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That were going through detox.
Yep,
I mean,
absolutely.
What's Sheriff Joe Arapaho or?
Yeah, Arpaio.
Arpaio.
Yeah, he's not.
You know.
He's not there anymore. In fact, the very last time I got in trouble, they were shutting Tent City down the day that I went to jail, so I didn't have to go to Tent City the second time.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I've heard horror stories. So, yeah, what I looked at is just a couple comparisons. Like, in jail, there's lights out. Mm-hmm. And basically what that means is they shut your lights out. You don't have control over your lights.
Right.
At home, guess what?
Yeah.
I have complete control over whether I shut my lights on or off.
In fact, you know what? I can tell Alexa to turn my lights on, and she does it for me.
No way.
Yeah, that's how I'm rolling.
Dude, that's intense.
I was intense.
Not like in Arizona intense.
Uh-huh.
Not two different words, but one word. Like not intense, but intense.
Got it.
Yes.
Following it.
Completely
Yes.
different spelling.
Yeah, absolutely.
This stuff's so confusing for my 7-year-old. Can you open and close your own doors and windows?
Right, I can.
I've never in a cell or even a bay in prison, because when I went to prison, I was that short timer. I did like 16 months in Boonville. We were in open bays. And I could not open my window. And when I was in jail, a couple of the county jails, there wasn't windows.
Right.
And once where there was, you never had that ability.
Yeah, at Tent City, it was all a window.
And rack open, rack close. That means they're opening and closing.
Yeah.
You know, when you watch movies, they don't say open cell 12B because they can open it themselves. It's because somebody else has control.
Yeah.
How about your refrigerator when you were in Tent City? Tell me about that.
Like
a mini fridge at least, right?
Yeah, our mini fridge was non-existent. Yeah.
Oh my God. So you had a big one.
Yes, we had a big deep fridge,
size.
Sub-Zero. It was awesome.
It even had a little ice crusher.
It was
my gosh,
so
it was
good.
amazing.
No, it fed us directly from Sonic. Gave us Sonic Ice. It was the best.
Oh,
right.
Man, if I could have a Sonic ice maker.
Oh man.
I'd probably be a little happier being sheltered in place.
Right?
Yeah, so you don't have a refrigerator. You don't have a freezer. You eat what they tell you you're going to eat.
Right.
Unless you have money for commissary.
Yeah.
And then you may have to defend your commissary because
right.
somebody may want to come take your Little Debbie's.
Absolutely, because they're working on the spread that evening and they need what you have. They want your pickle. Give me your pickle and your pickle juice.
Dude, you know what? I need to be able to make this tuna roll, this ramen pizza, and I need what you have to do it.
Right.
In fact, a lot of times you team up with people to make your creation.
Big old trash bag. And
yeah.
Nobody could see what I did right there.
But they have the sound effects, and that's really all that matters. How about Netflix, Prime? I mean, they didn't have those when I was in. We did have TVs.
We did. And it's funny, I tell this story all the time. I don't know how many fights I've seen because people would fight over wanting to watch Teen Titans over anything else. I guess it's some cartoon. I don't know exactly what it was about, but they fought all the time. No, I said Teen Titans. And so. For
me in Boonville, we actually had, I think it was Showtime.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Emmanuel at night. And it was horrible because of the things that went on around you and all the bumps. And you couldn't remove yourself from your bump or you would get in trouble. So, how about taking baths? You remember taking any baths in prison ever or jail? I mean, you might get a shower. And then they're going to tell you sometimes when you can take it or between these hours and these hours.
Exactly, yeah.
And then you wear shower shoes because of stuff people have done in the showers. I mean, it's disgusting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Turning on lights when you want to. Opening up, closing doors and windows when you want to. By yourself.
Yes.
Having a fridge or a freezer.
Yes.
And being able to eat whatever you want to, whenever you want to. Watching TV anytime you want to, whatever you want to. And being able to take baths. If you answered yes to any of those, then your quarantine, your shelter in place is nothing at all like
jail, prison.
And unless you're in the Philippines, I can even walk outside without a mask and I'm not going to get shot. Yeah. Jail, I walk outside and don't comply, I'm going to get tasered, beanbagged, and possibly shot.
Yeah, exactly. Or all three.
So, that said, does sheltering in place and quarantining suck? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, some parts is really it's just so different.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah,
You know, for some people this is heaven. You know, all of my introverts out there. You know what? This is like I'm pretty introverted, but what I've realized is as much as I need to be away from people to recharge my batteries, I think I have another side that charges from being around people. So as much as I've kind of enjoyed this, I felt myself getting more and more drained the less I've been around people.
Right, that's what you were telling me the other day. Like you're like, because you're great in front of groups, and then you're like I always need that time to get back and recharge. So you've had that recharge time. You're ready to speak in front of people again. Yeah.
So yes, right now for some people it's really scary, and with what I just went through, what we just went through and talked about, kind of joking about, I wouldn't ever want to minimize how difficult this is for some people.
Right.
Especially, I mean, man, if you got extrovert friends, man, check on them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they need people, and right now they may not be getting that at all, and that can cause their depressions to kick in.
Yeah, 100% agreed. 100% agreed.
So, as bad as it is, and for a lot of people this is bad, and we'll get more into that in our second point, it's not at all like jail or prison.
It isn't.
It's
not worth even being compared.
So, we also, I've been noticing all these fights between everybody needs to shelter in place versus the government can't tell me what to do, this is unconstitutional, versus I've got to work, I can't not work because I'm going to support my family. And there's arguments for all of those, right? I think all of those are valid points. In one way or another.
Right.
I'm not a constitutionalist, so I may have trouble explaining some of them, but I can go through a couple of them, right? Like, everybody should shelter in place. I think that thought in and of itself can be really smart. Obviously, I mean, man, it would be great if we could shelter in place every time something that's communicable came out that was easily spread. Right. You know, because I would hate to think that me going out infected and not knowing it, I gave it to somebody who gave it to somebody who died.
Right, yeah, no doubt.
You know, they say the R naught is like 2 or 3. It's like 2.5, I think, which means for if I go out, I infect 2.5 people, they infect 2.5 people, they infect 2.5 people.
Wow, talk about Amway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've learned what R naught is, kind of.
Yeah.
And that's basically the communicability.
Yeah, never heard that word.
Yeah, it's basically an R with a 0.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't get math like that. I get like 1 plus 1. I'm like, that's not math. There's an R right there.
That don't make no sense. I'm trying to sound it out here.
Math schmath. I mean, come on.
Why is that so low?
But yeah, so absolutely. I mean, I don't know about you. Over the last couple of years, I have lost more people than I would care to lose. In fact, let's not forget. You know, you talked to me earlier and you said that one of the places here in town, one of the shelters, has had 2 overdose deaths in the last week.
Last week, yeah, there was one on, what is today? There was one Monday night and Tuesday morning. Yeah, and it's tough, man, because I knew both of these guys personally, you know, and it never gets easy. You know, have to hear about that, and I think that this pandemic turned into them being an excuse for some of that stuff that was already inside of them.
Well, you know, I think we'll actually get into that here in a little bit too, in one of the points, but yeah, I definitely do think this is causing some people more anxiety, more depression, more feelings of hopelessness, and for some of us who have substance use disorders or mental health diagnoses, whenever we feel that, we want to never escape it.
Yeah. Yep. And I've noticed that on our Zoom calls that we've been doing, you know, lots of people thankfully are very open and they want to talk about this, and they're talking about their struggles so that we can reach out to them if it's necessary. Or, you know, they're telling us, you know, some of this isolation has been good for me. I've done some self-reflection. I've worked on my self-help and some of the stuff. So it's been good having the Zoom calls, which is just a whole new animal, you know, but I have noticed that some as people are saying that they feel that need to want to escape or numb because of the stress. You know, the stress, you know, causes that stuff to rise up in us.
On the other hand, there's people who are worried about whether or not they're going to be able to feed their families. Right. They're worried about whether or not they're going to be able to keep a roof over their head. And it's really easy for me or somebody else that maybe has some money in the bank or has a job they're still getting paid through to say, well, you know, there's government programs that are going to cover that. But I've learned one thing about federal programs over the years. One of them is a lot of times it's not the easiest thing to get into. Right. I can remember going with people when I was a community support specialist to help them fill out like unemployment papers, to help them fill out for food stamps, TANF, WIC, things like that. And I mean, it almost takes a college degree. In fact, I had a college degree. I would look at it sometimes like I don't know what the heck's going on here.
Which box do I check? Yeah.
So I definitely see that being a problem. I also know that even though they say that there's all this unemployment money out there, I don't think the process is in place in a lot of places.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I know that some people I've talked to about trying to apply for unemployment, and I'm not Sure. On that process, I mean, thankful, like you said, that some of us have been able to stay employed, and such a blessing. But you're right. You know, what do you do when you're faced with that situation that I need to feed my family or I need to be in this shelter in place? And I totally understand where those people are coming from.
Yeah, it's April 8th. People just had their rent due, and I know people that are getting evicted as we speak, even though you're not supposed to be able to get evicted right now.
Yeah.
You know, who's paying the money to the people that own the houses and apartments
That aren't getting paid. Yeah.
that need that money to pay all their bills and to pay off their, you know, say they have loans and mortgages and everything else on these houses. How are they going to pay that if they're letting people stay in their houses for free? Mm-hmm. You know, I've seen this huge movement to use hotels to house homeless people. Everybody's like, why don't you do that? And then there's the other side that's like, well, if you want to house them so bad, why don't you let them move into your house? You care about them so much. And there's probably accuracy on both sides.
Right.
It's really easy for me to tell somebody else what to do with their business and their money. But it's a lot harder for me to do that myself.
Right.
You know, as somebody who has a nonprofit and who has tried to figure out ways that I can continue to pay the couple employees that we have. You know, like I said, we're kind of blessed in that, but that we've been able to do that. But there's a lot of places that can't. And how dare me look at another business and tell them, well, this is what you need to do, because I don't know what their finances look like.
Right. Absolutely not. And I think that it you know, for me, where my faith is, you know, like a statement is like to love your neighbor as yourself, and what that looks like, you know, in a season like this. This is where the rubber really meets the road, when it's talking about loving your neighbor as yourself.
Well, I know you guys have been doing a lot of food giveaways, and you guys, like you had one today in Aurora at the church that you're the pastor of, and you said it started at 9. What time did you guys run out of food?
Like at 8:45, which is, I mean, we laugh about it, but I mean, I get there to set up, and I'm telling you, there was a line down the block, you know, and so you know that the need is there, and we're trying to fill it the best we can, you know, and to love our neighbor as ourselves. But I think that if each one of us took that mentality up, I truly believe that we could really make a true difference, a big difference, an impact.
So no, we're good.
Okay.
I'm messing with the mic. So if you guys hear some feedback on that, a little, that was me kind of moving the mic. I'm still not good at podcasts. We're about 25 in, I think, 25, 30, something like that. And half of those have been by myself, so I'm still trying to get used to doing it with other people and adjusting the sound. But yeah, so I mean, we're trying to show love and grace to other people, and we're trying to help other people, but we also have to make sure that we're helping ourselves and taking care of our families too. Yeah. So it's really easy though to look at people and go, well, they can just use that. I remember seeing a video of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he is smoking a cigar. In fact, we'll get to this in the next point.
Okay, let's do it. I do know where you're going with that too.
So also, I know a single mom.
Yeah, I heard
who got screamed at in a Walmart because she had multiple kids with her. And these are, I think all of her kids are under the age of 10, and she has 3 kids.
Right.
Her husband died less than a year ago, and she's already going through all this grief from losing her husband, not knowing how she's going to make it through each day, and now she has to worry because she got sent home from her job's shut down. She's got to worry how she's going to continue to feed her kids, and now people are screaming at her because she's not going all by herself when she doesn't have the support system here.
To have somebody to watch her kids.
That's somebody to watch her kids, especially since most of her support system's in Springfield. She lives in a smaller town outside of Springfield. She goes to a Walmart that's in the town she lives in, where she doesn't have even like a church family and work family that might be able to help her. So, you know, man, she's wondering if she can keep her family alive. Yeah. She's wondering if she can keep a roof over her family's head. Yeah. She's wondering if she's even going to have a job to go back to. And these are valid, real fears. Yeah. So I don't think that it's right. She's not going into Walmart because she's trying to kill everybody there. No. She's doing what she has to do. And, you know, other people are like, well, you can just call up, you know, and use one of the pickup where you pick up, and she's like, there hasn't been a slot available for several days for that, and I can't afford to pay the extra money to get it delivered to my house. Yeah. And
I get that.
You know what? Man. It's all valid fears.
Yeah.
Going outside and possibly sharing COVID-19 if you have it and you don't know because you're asymptomatic, is that a valid fear?
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely it is.
Thinking I have to go to work because if I don't go to work, I'm going to lose my house and I don't know where me and my family are going to stay. Is that a valid fear?
Valid fear. Palate fever. You know what? Something I've seen posted several times. Do you know anybody that's been infected
By
COVID-19? Has had it?
I know 2 people that have died and 4 people in ICU. One of those people is a 22-year-old kid. Mm-hmm. I read today that actually coded, but I read today he's on 60% vent, whatever that means, mm-hmm. which is down from where he was. So it seems like maybe he's getting better. Yeah. I know one of my wife's, one of the people she went to Vietnam with, actually they had to fly from Springfield to St. Louis because they needed the specialist, because we don't have the specialist here that can help him as greatly impacted as his lungs have been because of this.
Yeah, and I have close friends in Phoenix that have it, and it is a situation like the people that I know. And it's funny because I think we were talking about it the other day. How many people that have died from the flu, and it's just a very unique situation.
Yeah, in the last decade, I can't think of anybody I know or am related to that's died from the flu.
Yeah.
I can't even think of anybody that's had to be admitted into the ICU.
Me neither.
In fact, I've had the flu probably. My immune system sucks. Ask my wife about it; she'll tell you all about it.
Yeah.
And I used to work at a residential facility that also had a child care. Mm-hmm. And the amount of times I got sick. I mean, I probably since I got sober 11 years ago, I probably had the flu half a dozen times.
Yeah, me too.
I've never once been hospitalized.
Nope, me neither.
Never even worried about it.
Yeah.
I might have felt like I was going to die, but I was at no risk.
Right.
I had that whole man flu thing. Oh, honey, I'm dying.
Oh, my gosh.
I have 103 temperature. I'm writing out a new will.
Yeah, so true.
My daughter, at the same time, a week before I had 103 temperature last winter, she had 103 temp. She was wanting to go outside and play, bouncing off the walls. I'm laying in bed telling my wife, I need an attorney to fill out a will. I need to make sure you guys get everything. Yeah. It's legit.
It is.
Next point. Why don't you hit that next point?
We're 3, right?
Say it emphatically. Yeah.
Stop telling people to calm down. In fact, maybe stop telling people what to do. Period.
There you go.
I love it. Boom.
We say that hope comes from 2 things. Do you remember?
Opportunity for...
You need 2 things.
You need the opportunity and ability. Yes.
If I have the ability and the opportunity, right? Because some people may have the opportunity, but they don't have the know-how.
Right. The ability. Right.
Which is why we have recovery coaches. Because I can say, hey, you know what? I'm going to help you through this so that you can have this opportunity. Other people may have the ability, but they don't know that there are opportunities out there, or maybe if you live in, especially like rural places, you may not have those opportunities that a lot of people have. And that's why stop telling people what to do, because they may not have the same opportunities. That brings me back to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Look at that. Tied it right in.
Yeah. So a couple weeks ago, he released a video smoking a big old cigar, which probably costs as much as my hospital bill.
Right.
For getting my Achilles repaired, in his hot tub at his mansion, saying, people, you really need to listen to what they're saying and stay home. There's a lot of people that don't have homes, let alone a hot tub, or the ability to afford
a cigar.
Cigars. I mean, I don't even want to smoke a cigar, but I'm sure there's things I could use the money on if I had Arnold Schwarzenegger type money.
Yes.
Right? So how dare me? I think that's one of the things that when we talk about privilege, right? My privilege is not realizing the opportunities that I have and taking them for granted.
It's so good, right?
Like when I get pulled over by the police, my first thought isn't, oh my gosh, if I do the wrong thing, they're going to shoot and kill me.
Yeah. Nope, I'm not. I mean, I've thought that in the past.
I thought that back when I was doing drugs. And I was long haired.
Yeah, exactly. My tags are 2 years expired.
Like I talk about that to people. I've lived in some big cities like Chicago and other places, and I remember when I started running drugs, I realized that my friends were getting pulled over for certain things. So I made sure I never had any visible tattoos. All my tattoos were covered if I wore a short sleeve shirt. And I made sure that and I cut my hair. Because I knew that if my hair was super long, I was more at risk. I couldn't change the color of my skin, but that's a completely different conversation. But it looks a privilege.
Sure, yeah.
My privilege is me thinking, well, it's not the color of your skin that matters. It's really easy to say that when the color of your skin doesn't matter.
Right.
When it doesn't play into the equation. Same thing here. It's really easy for me while I have a bank account and I'm not worried about losing my house today to look at other people and say, hey, don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just relax, man. It'll be okay. It'll take care of itself. Because maybe that's my experience.
Yeah.
I also don't know what trauma they've been through, and this might be retriggering trauma.
Right. You have no idea. Yeah.
What mental health diagnosis they have, and how deep into their anxiety or their depression that they might be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so just because I take it for something for granted.
Yes. Stop telling people to calm down.
Yeah. In fact, read that last sentence.
In fact, maybe stop telling people what to do. Period.
Oh no, the very bottom on 3. What's that say?
That says it's a very one. Some people don't even have a home. By all means.
No. Right before 4.
Right before 4.
Yep.
That's the last sentence. Instead, got it. Instead, lead by example and maybe shut up on occasion. Instead,
man, you were so mean. That's rude.
Lead by
I
example.
You said that. Yeah,
shut
seriously, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I think you stole my words right there.
Is it kind? Is it necessary? Right? You know, I always think of the 4 agreements. Right? And one of those things is, in fact, I always think of the 4 agreements. What are those 4 agreements? You remember, Josh?
They're be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. And don't forget, always do your best.
Yeah. So I make assumptions about other people, and I think that they have the exact same abilities and opportunities I do. I forget that other people may not be at the same place. So you know what? Just don't tell people what to do. Don't tell somebody to calm down. It's like when somebody goes through a loss and you're like, you know what? And you throw some platitude out there.
Oh, my God.
Platitudes
all things work together for good.
Oh, yeah. You know, they're with God now. Okay, but I really wanted them here with me.
Yes, maybe just
yeah.
Steady ears.
So number 4. There's a lot of experts out there. And like I said, when we started, I said we are what?
No, I think you said novice.
Yeah, we're lay people.
Yeah.
You know, I do not know all things. I am not a medical professional. I'm a mental health professional, thanks to my master's, but I'm not a medical professional, and I'm not an epidemiologist. And even they, if you look, you will say different epidemiologists are saying different like numbers of deaths and different spread because they have different models that they're working off of.
Right.
It's kind of like the weather forecast. Yes, he may have gone to college to be a meteorologist, but he has like 4 or 5 different models that he looks at, and he has to guess which one of those models is going to be accurate this time.
Right.
And I think the same thing is happening. So I argue that nobody knows all the answers. In fact, most of us know a lot less than we actually think we know. Because we may be Google experts, but man, we may read the wrong article. Because there's always bias.
Yeah, exactly.
And I wish to God there wasn't always bias.
Right.
But I was talking to my wife, and I had somebody had posted a thing, and they're like, you know, I wish I had the money to start a completely non-biased news show. And the truth is, and I was like, wouldn't that be great? And she was like, actually, that's not possible. And I said, why? And she said, well, there's bias one way or another in just wanting to
do that.
To do a news story. So every story you bring to a producer or an editor, there's a reason that you want to do it. And even altruism and doing things for the right reason is still a bias, because what may impact or help one group of people, one community, one species, may hinder or hurt another group of people, another community.
That's good, man.
You know, so it's really difficult
to
know what the best course of action is right now. And everybody's going to look back in hindsight and be right.
Yep, exactly. And you got to figure our brains are meant to fill in the blanks, and so we're going to connect the dots and come up with a story that makes the most sense to us. But it doesn't mean it's right.
Because the people who are like, they shouldn't tell us what to do and this isn't that big of a deal, my guess right now is we're probably going to fall below that 200,000 mark that they were talking about.
Right.
And they're going to look and go, well, we really didn't lose a whole lot more people than the flu. See, so they really shouldn't have told us to do these things. We don't do this for the flu every year. Whereas the other group is going to look and go, man, we kept it down. Say we have 60,000 people that die in the United States. One group's going to be like, see, that many people die in the flu. The other side's going to be like, see, our sheltering in place kept that number from hitting hundreds of thousands.
Right.
And because of confirmation bias, we're only going to listen to the things that kind of agree with what we believe. So if somebody is like, see, the government shouldn't have done this, see, they were wrong.
Right.
I'm going to hear all that and take it as fact if that's my belief. And everybody on the other side, everything they hear is going to bounce off me.
Right.
Because everything that they say is contrary to my belief.
Right. It's kind of like if you ever shop for a new car, and you buy a red Honda Accord, and you never saw a red Honda Accord before you bought that car.
Now you see all of them.
You see them all over the place. You're going to see what it is that you focus on.
Unless you get like a Lamborghini Diablo.
Which I have a friend that has one of those.
Yes, but you're not going to see them everywhere. You're going to be like, man, I've never seen one of these, and I still hardly see
I've never
any
seen one
of
of these. Yes, yeah, that's a different kind of focus.
Yeah. Whereas if I buy like a black Ford Focus, that kind of focus,
I see
then
what
yes.
you did there.
So the truth is, people are scared really now, and they're hearing a lot of things that exacerbate their fear, whether it is the side everybody's going to die or the side this is all a big conspiracy theory. The truth is somewhere in the middle.
Right.
For those of you who feel this is a huge conspiracy theory, I've got a parent who has a kid, a 22-year-old son in ICU right now. I want you to go talk to and let him know that he really doesn't need to worry about his son because this is just all a big made-up thing and it's really not that bad.
Right.
On the other hand, for all those people who believe it's the end of the world, once again, we've had many of these things happen. It's never killed us all off.
No. Yeah.
But by all means, I would probably be very careful and scared right now.
Yeah.
I think everybody has their right for feeling the way they want to feel. I feel like psychological first aid. Psychological first aid, I've gone in and done it like in Joplin after the tornado.
Right.
It's basically just telling people their feelings are valid.
Yeah, and that changes their whole paradigm. It's like a whole perspective shift for them.
Oh my gosh, I'd be scared to death too. I can't imagine how that impacted you last night. I can't imagine what that must have felt like whenever that ripped through your neighborhood. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Have you ate today? Yeah. Do you have anything to drink? Where are you going to stay tonight? That's what psychological first aid is. It's basically coming in, letting people know it's okay to feel how they feel, and then making sure that their basic needs are met. And if they're not, then helping connect them to places that can help meet those basic needs.
Yeah, 100%.
And maybe that's what we should be doing now, instead of sitting there looking at people and telling people that they're wrong.
Yeah.
Because what did they say? Perspective is reality.
Yeah. Your perspective is reality.
If I feel it's this way, I feel it's this way, and there's nothing you're going to say.
Right.
That's why it's hard to have conversations about like religion and some of those things, politics, because a lot of times it's not logical. It's a feeling. It's a faith. It's a belief, and faith and belief comes from the heart. And it's hard to have a logical head conveation and change somebody's heart, their belief, their faith, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So don't be a jackhole. I don't know what else to say.
Yes.
But I know that throwing hate and malice at people is not effective.
Right.
I know that's not going to help the situation at all. Because I think back to times I was homeless. I think back to when I was actively using. I think when I was in the middle of a major depressive episode, something that everybody else would look at and go, that's the dumbest choice I've ever heard. Why would you do that? That irrational thought at the time seemed completely rational to me.
Made all the sense in the world. Yeah.
So
yes, I do know. Some psychological first aid. I like that. Reach out to someone, man. Reach out, see how they're doing.
Man, now you're getting into 5. You're getting into our closing point.
I'm jumping in the. Oh my.
No, that's perfect. Segue right into it.
Yeah.
I don't know what riding around on a Segway has to do with anything.
I don't either, man. I don't know.
But yeah, so go ahead. What were you saying?
And 5, in closing, maybe we should show a little more grace and compassion instead of apathy. I like that word, and anger. Try to do something for yourself and try to reach out and talk to someone else. Yeah.
I don't want to tell you what to do, but if you can, I always think used to watch Parks and Rec a lot, and they had this treat yourself day. Where it was you got to go out and just completely spoil yourself. You can't do that right now. Right. But you know what? If you have a bath, maybe take a bath and soak. Yeah. Get a book. Go outside, sit on your porch, get some sun, some vitamin D, some endorphins. Maybe take a walk.
Take the top off your jeans.
Put some headphones in. Listen to some music. Yeah. While you go out and get your exercise, because music and exercise are 2 more ways that we can release endorphins.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's if you can. I don't want to tell people what to do, but at the same time, maybe reach out to somebody.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're seeing people maybe on social media that are down.
Yeah.
Don't reply to them on Facebook. Give them a call.
Yeah.
And just say, hey, man, you know what? I just wanted to make sure you're okay and let you know I care about you.
Yep. I agree.
Right? Maybe that person that was hugely impactful to you in your life, maybe you've never told them, maybe you haven't told them in a while, but call them up and say, hey, you know what? You've helped make me the person I am today, and I wanted to say thank you.
Yes. I mean, that's huge, huge, huge. Yeah, this time, maybe leverage your influence a little bit to love on someone else from afar, but love on someone else.
Yeah, we can do it by phone, and I will tell you, giving somebody a phone call and speaking to them probably means a lot more than sending somebody a direct message or typing on their Facebook page.
Yep, I agree.
So, any closing thoughts?
I think that was it. Just, reach out to somebody, love on someone. You'd be surprised how much it returns to you.
Yeah, I always say, if you're doing something today to make yourself better and to help the people around you become better, you're doing something right. If you're not living your life that way, you're doing something wrong.
So good.
So I would encourage you, if you can, do something for yourself today and definitely do something for somebody else.
Amen.
So I think that's what I got today. You got anything to add?
That's
You're
it.
Good? Alrighty then. I won't tell you that we were singing a Kid Rock song before this podcast started.
Yes.
I hadn't heard Josh sing.
Got with it.
I think that was the first time. We're singing Only God Knows Why.
Oh, man.
And I think it's kind of fitting to what we're going through right now, too.
It is.
Because I don't think anybody else really sees the rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
So, man, y'all have a blessed week.
You too.
Do whatever you can to take care of yourself, to make sure you're safe. We have a podcast that we did 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
That was about self-care.
Self-care.
And that is taking care of yourself emotionally.
Yeah. Spiritually, physically, and
Socially?
Socially?
Maybe.
Somewhere in that area.
Yeah, I think socially, but yeah. So there's all kinds of things you can do to make sure you're okay. I love you.
I love you.
And we're here for you if you need anything. So by all means, reach out to us through DM us on Better Life and Recovery, Springfield Recovery Community Center,
Facebook.
You can probably get a hold of Josh even through like the Well Church.
Well, yep, absolutely. 100%.
So if you're struggling, if you need anything, let us know.
Yep, absolutely.
Later.
Peace.
In closing, I just want to thank you for listening to the podcast. Please join us every week for new episodes. If you want to connect with us further, if you have any questions, topics you'd like to hear in the future, or maybe would like to be on the podcast sometime, you can connect with us at betterlifeandrecovery.com. There's the Better Life and Recovery page on Facebook, or you can, we're on Twitter, BLIR_NPO. Also, this podcast is part of the Studio DNA Podcast Network. You can find out more about the network at studiodna.media. Thanks a lot. Y'all have a great week.